চাওয়া পাওয়া তাই আজ আমাদের এই গান গাওয়া
We have our freedom, but our demands have not been fulfilled, so we are singing this song. Our expectation is a glorious and beautiful country where there won't be hunger, discrimination and jealousy.
আমাদের প্রত্যাশা আলোকিত সুন্দর দেশ যেখানে থাকবে না ক্ষুধা বঞ্চনা বিদ্বেষ স্বাধীনতা পেয়েছি পূর্ণ হয়নি তো সব চাওয়া পাওয়া তাই আজ আমাদের এই গান গাওয়া
Let all the black clouds be removed from our lives. Let there be feelings of hope in this dangerous land. Let our friends be our guide in the road forward. Let our lives be filled with the abundance of harvest. In our eyes we have the dream of freedom.
কালো মেঘ বিপন্ন অন্তরে আসুক না প্রাণের আবেগ পথের দিশারি হোক আমাদের একান্ত জন ফসলের সমারোহে ভরে যাবে সবার ভুবন আমাদের চোখে আজ মুক্তির স্বপ্ন আবেশ
This dynamic young man, a friend and guide for the helpless people, has dedicated his life to the development of the disabled people. His journey started in 1985. It is his tireless efforts that have produced the golden harvest, the Bangladesh Protibundi Kalyan Samiti, BPKS. Mr. Abdul Sattar said that the development strategy should be such where people will participate in the total process. We are all guides and facilitators in the development of the people.
Bangladesh Pratibandhi Kalyan Samiti, which is an organization working with and by the disabled peoples for all. Goal of this organization is to ensure equal opportunity, equal participation and equal right for disabled peoples. Objective of this organization is to empower disabled people, to build their capacity of disabled people, to organize them in their organization and to make them independent through establish their organization at grassroots level. This organization work with a approach, namely person with disabilities self-initiative to development, which is a human right based approach.
We have been operating this PSID program in all over the country. We have so far covered 22 districts and upazilas. So we think that through this process we will be able to cover other districts and the disabled persons remaining outside of this program. And through this process, disabled people will get a new vision of their lives and be integrated in the mainstream development process of its own community and as well as in the national level.
The BPKS staff did a baseline survey in the area by establishing contact with the people, finding out socio-economic information and then identifying the target population. I have come from Protibundi Kalyan Samiti to do a survey on the disabled people. I know you are disabled. Are there any more disabled people in your family? What's your name? How are you, Grandma? I'm all right. Is everything okay?
জহিরের কি কি সমস্যা বলেন?
What problems does your child have?
Problems with his hands. I have to feed him and help him put on his clothes. A lot of problems.
তাহলে তো জহির শারীরিক
He is physically disabled. Did you take him to any doctor?
Through this approach, we implement a 3 years program in district level. And each district, first year, we implement a program by which disabled people are organized, they are identified, and they are received their basic needs.
ওয়ার্ডের প্রতিবন্ধীরা আমরা জরিপ করে আজাদ ভাই আপনাদের সঙ্গে যোগাযোগ করে আজকে আমরা একটা জিডিপিওডি অর্থাৎ
We have completed the survey after contacting you. Now we will form a GDPOD. Propose one member as the chairperson of GDPOD.
আমি 10 জনের তরফ থেকে এই সালমা খালারে চেয়ারম্যান হিসাবে সাব্যস্ত
I propose Salma Appa. Do you all agree? Yes.
Second year, we provide them a intellectual capacity building training.
We know that there are 3 sorts of leaders.
And third year, we localize this program to the disabled people in that area.
পরিষদ গঠন করব
We will set up a committee comprising 21 members. Let's propose names one by one.
আমি সালমা বাগে প্রস্তাব করব
I propose Salma Appa.
সালমা বা
We support.
আমরা আগামী মাসের 3 তারিখে নির্বাচন হবে সুষ্ঠু সহমতে।
We will hold the elections on the 3rd of the upcoming month.
They feel proud because they own that organization and they manage that organization, and also the community people, including family members of disabled people, also feel encouraged to have such type of organization.
Salma Akhtar and Shukur Ali have been elected as the members of executive committee.
I am taking an oath. I will follow all the rules and regulations of the DPOD.
The organization name is Disabled People's Organization to Development. Respective district name is added with the name, but everywhere it is similar, that is DPOD, Disabled People's Organization to Development.
আমি বর্তমানে ময়মনসিংহ জেলার
Right now, I am working as the director of Mymensingh DPOD. I am working with the disabled people and implementing the respective PSID programs.
আমি টাঙ্গাইল ডিপিওডির পরিচালক হিসেবে
I am working as the director of Tangal DPOD.
এই টাঙ্গাইল ডিপিওডি প্রতিবন্ধীদের একটি নিজস্ব সংগঠন।
DPOD is owned by the disabled people.
আদায়ে প্রতিবন্ধীদের
It is working for their rights as well as for making them more skilled and organized.
আমি মোহাম্মদ সাইফুল ইসলাম।
I am a member of a GDPOD. I, as a representative member of the GDPOD, participate in the DPOD General Council. Through this, I have become a member of this National Council of BPKS and have been elected as chairman of BPKS by the National Council members. Here is the National Council meeting of BPKS presided over by Mr. Saiful Islam.
BPKS অর্থাৎ
BPKS is the first organisation to start working in the Rangamati area with disabled people. We created grassroots level organisations with the disabled people. After the formation of the organisation, the disabled people could discuss their problems and try to solve their problems. We facilitate the GDPOD members to understand issues, responsibilities and empower themselves. One of the main activities of the members of the grassroots level organisation is to generate regular savings. I would like to take a loan. What would you like to take the loan for? To buy a cow? If you give me some money, then I would hatch some chicks and grow them. I would gain a lot of profit.
If you give me some money, then I could buy a rickshaw for myself. It would be very useful for me. Who is taking a loan today?
Khadija Appa, Jasmine, Monawara, Siraji Bhai. The interesting part of it all is that the loans distributed come from their own savings fund. This has not been possible for any other organisation. Both of us are disabled. We took a loan from Mymensingh DPOD office and started a poultry farm which improved our situation. We have built a house, installed a tube well and bought a cow. After feeding ourselves, it has been possible to educate our 2 sons.
We are educating our children in normal school. The elder one studies in class 4 and we can afford to spend money for their study.
আমার নাম রাজা মিয়া
My name is Raja Mia. I am a physically disabled person. I have taken a loan from BPKS. I employ 62 people and work as a tailor. This has made my life better.
থেকে আমি লোন নিছি লোন নিয়ে
By taking a loan from the DPOD, I have established an agricultural farm, a rice mill and a dairy farm.
কাজ করে ভালোভাবে চলতাছি
I am working very well for a living. My wife helps me at my work.
আসতাছি কাপড় পরে দিতাছে আমার বাচ্চা কাজ করে
She does not have regret that I am a disabled person. I am living in peace with my wife and children. We have started a dairy farm here. It is solely managed by the disabled people. The main objective of our organization is the development and welfare of the disabled people. Bangladesh Pratibandhi Kalyan Samiti has extended their cooperation by giving us financial assistance and technical support. Through this, we have been able to start the project. We will be able to develop our organization and the welfare of the disabled people through this project. Our project has 6 cows. Among these 5 cows produce milk. We look after these cows. Each morning, we get 27 to 28 liters of milk, and in the evening, 15 to 16 liters. Per day, in total, we get at least 40 liters of milk. We earn more than Taka 700 a day from milk sale. We have 5 calves, and there are more on the way. This business will expand, and more disabled people will benefit from it. Ultimately, our organization will also expand. We want to prove that disabled people can work like others. Therefore, we work for ourselves and so that people realize that disabled people can do their own work.
BPKS links disabled people with the concerned departments, banks and institutions to ensure the easy availability of different opportunities and credit facilities that already exist within government rules and regulations.
Will you take any loan? I shall take a loan regarding disability. Let us go to the manager. Please be seated. Are you taking a loan? Yes, 20,000 taka. You have to put the loan money to correct use. I shall take this money and invest in my shop business. I shall be living a comfortable life and I shall be able to return your money in the right time.
This loan investment changes their fate. In this way, their days pass with laughter and happiness. The members of the grassroots level organisation also jointly implement many different projects.
আমার নাম সুমন আমরা প্রতিবন্ধীরা সরকারি পুকুর
My name is Shuman. With the disabled people are doing fisheries by making use of cash ponds. With the disabled people live on the income from this source.
There are many women like this who are self-reliant by using their own skills. BPKS encourages not only individual and group IGAs, but also the DPOD's own IGA activities. This nursery is an example of a DPOD's own IGA. Tree plantation programs have proved very successful in the working areas of BPKS. Many DPODs have nurseries as their own income-generating activity and also provide plants to PWDs under the plantation activities. This also means BPKS is working for a better environment. In the workshop established by BPKS, different types of assistive devices are made. While all of the staff employed in the workshop are disabled people, they are very efficient in making the assistive devices. The assistive devices produced in this workshop are cheap, but they are of international standard. As a result, those disabled people who could not afford assistive devices before and had to suffer in pain and live an inhuman life now can get assistive devices from BPKS and live a productive life. Those disabled people whose mobility is limited due to a lack of simple assistive devices are provided with the appropriate assistive device. They are also provided with training in the use of the assistive device. As a result, a depressed disabled person dreams of a new life. He becomes brave. A person who could not work becomes able to work. A person gets going and becomes full of energy and life. Many of the disabled people receive physiotherapy and occupational therapy. This reduces the impact of disability on their life, and they acquire life skills and techniques for living daily life. Some may even become free of impairment. The field staff make house-to-house visits as necessary and provide training and support to the patients and to their family. BPKS ensures the education of disabled children. They are admitted to school, their education fees are paid, and their school is made accessible for them. Right, you are doing well. In Bangladesh, the Bengalis are more in number. There are also other tribes here. Bangladesh is a land with many rivers: Padma, Meghna, Jumana, Ustand and Reed. Bangladesh is a land of many rivers. There are large and small rivers. We shall cross the river Meghna in a boat with masts. Look at this child. BPKS has taken the initiative to provide a beautiful life for thousands of children.
Maybe the boy is disabled, but I do not worry about him because as a student my son is very meritorious and good. He has attended the scholarship examination. Ever since he started school, the DPOD office has provided all his education materials and regularly monitored him.
Not only education, BPKS has also taken measures to provide regular games for the disabled children to make them happy and cheerful, and to help physical and psychological growth.
Bangladesh Pratibandhi Kalyan Samiti BPKS is providing technical assistance to the grassroots level disabled people to install accessible sanitary latrine and tube wells for their use. Disabled people are able to use these facilities themselves. Previously, family members of disabled people used to spend a lot of time taking care of them, but now it is not necessary. They can make use of that time outside the house for income-generating activities.
Bangladesh Pratibandhi Kalyan Samiti BPKS.
Bangladesh Pratibandhi Kalyan Samiti BPKS has observed over the last 2 decades that among the disabled people, women are the most neglected and deprived, and no one has worked on the problems of disabled women. Organisations who are vocal about women's rights do not mention anything about disabled women. For this reason, BPKS established a network in 2001 called the Disabled Women's Development Network. Some of us women are responsible for maintaining the network. This network aims to increase self-awareness as well as develop women's skills and help them to achieve their rights. None of our sisters are tortured in the streets. Therefore, we shall all stand by her. We shall organise rallies, meetings, and go to the DC office. We shall stand together against the rapists of Jasmine. Whether disabled or not disabled, we hope that no woman is tortured anymore. BPKS organises different types of programs to raise awareness about the disabled people, their situation, their problems and their fears, as well as their rights, their struggle and their achievements.
Can you provide us with information? How many disabled people are members? I work with 3 unions. In the 3 unions, we have 1,200 disabled people.
No more sympathy because we are disabled. We want rights and we shall win our life. Within our inner self exists vast darkness. Let there be light in our sense. Let's spread that glory all over the world. Let's march forward and not fear any danger. Let's not hesitate to take the right decision in our lives. Lack of justice against crime. Raise our voice in confrontation against all oppression. Through our songs of praise, we march forward for peace and prosperity. May our songs of equal rights establish an eternal existence of human life.
I'm telling about BPKS Advocacy and Networks activities. We work in different level, at the ministry level, at the national level, at the grassroots level where necessary, to promote a barrier-free access of persons with disabilities to barrier-free access into the mainstream of socio-economic development, socio-economic cultural life with dignity, with equal rights and full participation. I know all the disabled people in this union. I will provide a list of all the disabled people in the union. I would like to request that you as a chairman take the list and from it think what can be done for our disabled brothers and sisters.
The primary teachers do not want to admit the disabled children to school. They give different excuses for this. What steps can you take to ensure that disabled children will gain admission to primary schools?
You have mentioned your problems. When the authority is informed, they will surely take the necessary steps regarding it.
Sir, we have come from an organisation of disabled people.
I have brought a list of names of those who may get a loan. If you provide a loan to the disabled people based on this list, then they will be able to do business and earn their living. We therefore request your support. The existing loan system available under the Department of Social Welfare has a standard procedure for distributing loans from the Upazila Social Welfare Office. As a disabled person, you can get loans from there. There is no need for any extra information regarding disability. You may get a loan as a disabled person.
Despite the loan facilities that you have mentioned, we still face problems. We need your cooperation for ways that we should follow to solve these problems. Please make the necessary arrangements for the elderly disabled people so that they can get the old age pension.
Madam, the problems you have mentioned, I can assure you that you will not face such problems, at least from the Department of Social Welfare in any district, sub-district level office for any disabled person. If you ever face any such problems, then please let us know about it.
We are working at the grassroots level. We have the opportunity to go into the houses of the people. I would like to inform you on behalf of the parents of disabled children that they want to educate their children, but as they are poor, they cannot afford to send their children to school. If there had been a vehicle for them, they could have been transported to the school. What can you do in this case?
In this case, I can request the authority of BPKS to make the necessary arrangements for the disabled people as they are working for them.
If the local influential individuals and civil society come forward in this case, then what will you do about it?
Nothing is impossible in the world. If everybody wants to help each other, then everything is possible. But the initiative has to come from BPKS. I shall always be with you.
We are working for the disabled people, but right now we do not have permanent premises. Could you kindly allow us to have a government cash land for our permanent office premises for the sake of the disabled people's development?
Please look for the land and I will approve it. It becomes respectable when a person gains self-reliance. A person can make his own living. Can anyone say what the local resources are? To take a lease on the marketplace.
Roadside tree plantation, taking a lease on the marketplace.
Khash Pond and Market, harbour and Khash land is there. How can we get all of these? In order to get the Khash land, as you have suggested, we have to go to the Assistant Commissioner of Land and the District Commissioner.
Bangladesh Pratibandhi Kalyan Samiti
Bangladesh Pratibandhi Kalyan Samiti BPKS provides different types of training for the disabled people from the grassroots level to the national level for empowerment and skills development. This includes increasing self-confidence, GDPD management system and empowerment, leadership development, advocacy and lobbying, accessible sanitary latrines and towels, gender equality, program accelerating, DPUD management and development, PSID orientation, country status and localization of power and program. So that we do not depend on others. We may be disabled, but we have strength in our hearts. Abdul Sattar Dulal is physically disabled. He started his institution in 1985 with 11 individuals. At the moment, we have 22,000 members.
Different castes of different countries have different traditions. Do you know how they are familiar with their traditions? Now there are barriers in front of us. Because of these, we are not able to achieve our objectives. Training is provided to develop the skills of the disabled people depending on the type of disabilities of the target group and their demands and abilities. After this, they are provided with job opportunities according to their skills. It is done in two ways, either by providing a loan to the skilled person for their own job creation, or by providing the person with a job in another organisation. In these cases, the achievement is 100%. BPKS staff conduct regular follow-ups of those who participated in the training program.
So through this disabled people's organization that established in the district level, with this organization we want to actualize the development process of the nation. So then disabled people and other non-disabled people, those who are especially disadvantaged, they are able to participate in the development process, and development opportunity are appropriate for all.
পার্বত্য অঞ্চলের যে বাস্তবতা সেটার আলোকে যদি আমি বলি তাহলে এখানে প্রতিবন্ধী তো সংখ্যাটা
The fact is that in the mountainous areas, the number of disabled people need mentioning. I do not think that there is any arrangement for their development, whether government or non-government, BPKS has expanded their working area and started their work here. The activities of the people working for BPKS have to be promoted. We have to set up a revolution in order to get the results. There should definitely be a role for the government and people who work for human rights. They have to move forward with their responsibilities.
চেতনার ডানা মেলে জাগ্রত হোক কোটি প্রাণ কখনো হয় না যেন মানবতার অপমান
Let the millions of lives rise by spreading the wings of consciousness. Never let the humanity fall in disgrace. Let our friends be our guide in the road forward. Let our lives be filled with the abundance of harvest. In our eyes we have the dream of freedom.